Welcome back to A Country Boy Can Cook. Today, we're not going to make biscuits. We're going to try to make scones, raspberry scones. The only difference between a biscuit and a scone is adding egg to it. I'm not going to add the egg, but I will put the raspberry in it. It's a really short, simple recipe. I've made biscuits like this before. I'm also going to bake it on a lower temperature instead of like 400, 325, so it'll slowly bake and it won't be so brown. So let me reposition the camera so I can get you down here to see everything's going. Alright, the first difference on this mixture, I'm not using buttermilk, not using regular milk, I'm using canned milk. It's got a lot of butter fat in it, so that's how I'm going to roll. Let me get you down here so you can see. I've also got Smucker's red raspberry jam. See that there? Yeah, that's what I'm going to mix it to. So, I got 1/3 of a cup. Now I'm going to put 1 cup, if I don't make a mess here, 1 cup of evaporated milk. And I'm going to mix these two together. Because I want that jam to be totally mixed into all the flour. Yeah, I'm sure you could put this in a food processor, but what the heck. As long as it's got most of the big chunks, I don't mind just the little pieces in there. It'll just melt in. Alright, let's get the flour in. I'm going to start off with around 2 cups. Using my old Boy Scout canteen cup. It's actually 1 cup. That should be enough to get it started anyway. Behind here and grab something to stir this around with. I'm wanting a soft dough. So let me get this mixed up and I'll be right back with you. Alright. You can see it getting stirred up pretty good. It's already starting to make a ball. Stir it one more time before I dump it out. I'm going to roll this out on some aluminum foil. Makes the cleanup much better. I'm not going to work this dough a lot. You can see it comes together pretty quick. I mean, probably about 2 minutes of stirring this around. I will tell you, this flour is cold. This flour is 30. This flour is freezing. I keep all my flours and cornmeals, so I don't use them every day. I keep them in the freezer. So there we go. Make sure we come out with some kind of a dough here. I may have to add some more flour to it. I just don't know yet. Yeah, it's going to have more flour. And how can I do this without making a mess? I guess that's how you can do it. Just a little bit at a time. So there's 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of evaporated milk. 1/3 of a cup of raspberry jam. If you wanted to use blueberry or whatever, you could. And you're going to just do enough flour to make it work until you can pat it out. Not going to roll this out, just going to pat it out. I think it's going to come together good now. And I use seedless raspberry jam. I always thought it would be better. Let me get my hands cleaned up and I'll be right back with you. Alright. And put just a little touch more, just so it doesn't stick to my hand as bad. And it may be a little sticky because of the sugars. Yeah, this is much better. Because of the sugars that are in the jam. It's my first time to make this, so you're going to be right along for the ride with me. And we'll see how it turns out. I believe it's getting close to laying this out and cutting it into squares. I'll work it just a minute to get it all combined. Oh yeah, it's finally coming together. I'm just going to pat it out with these raggedy fingers. Not going to roll it out. Let's add that to the end there. Then roll it out going to pat it out in about 1/2-inch squares. 1/2-inch thickness, 3/8. All right, got my pizza wheel cutter. I'll flour it so that it doesn't stick to it. Let's see here. You cut it into the squares right off the bat. And I'm going to cut it across it. And I'm going to cut each one out. Stay down there, buddy. You don't want to go. You want to stay right where you're at. All right, perfect. Get some of this flour off again. All right, back with you. Let's get my hands clean. I've got a sheet pan, one I use for everything. I put aluminum foil over the top of it, and I put butter spray. I'm gonna take these little pillows of goodness. I don't think they're gonna spread very much, so I don't think I have to worry about that. It's funny, I was looking online for scone recipes, and scones in Britain are round, look like biscuits, except they've got egg in them. That's why. And I want them to bake individual. Come on in. Got somebody at the door. Hey, Pika, what are you doing? That's
Pizza?
my buddy. Eating pizza?
Yeah.
What kind of pizza you eating?
Just some pepperoni.
Nah, I see.
Here's your cake pan.
Thank you, sir. Here you are. Say hello to the camera. Let me get you over here so you can see everybody.
Hello.
Hey, I'm making scones.
Okay.
You know what a scone is?
No.
Huh? It's kind of like a biscuit.
Yeah.
Just if it's got some flavor added to it sometime.
Okay.
So what you been doing? Riding that scooter?
Yep, riding my dirt bike.
I watched a video of you out on, I guess last weekend, that track.
Yeah, that's a private track.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Four brothers.
How was that?
It was really fun.
Yeah, was that you doing the big jump?
Yep.
Leaving in there? When you gonna get a set of wings, look like a superhero going over there.
Yep, there's two really big gaps.
I see.
My brother didn't even hit them.
You did good. I was proud of you.
Hit more than my brother.
I'm proud of you, proud of you.
You got a faster bike too.
Huh?
You got a faster bike
Your
too.
brother's got a faster bike.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna do a whole video on you one of these days and put it on the channel.
Yeah, sounds
You
good.
tell me about your bike and show me where you jump in the backyard here.
Jumps big right now in the back.
Is it?
I've stressed it out.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yep.
cool. I heard some building going on back there. Is that
Yep, we raised the awning up a little bit, made it more like
taller?
stronger.
Yeah, well, cool. Well, very good. Well, I'm going to put these in the oven.
Okay.
And I'm going to put these in the oven at 325, maybe for 10 or 15 minutes. They're cooking away. I'm going to check and see with the toothpick and see if they're dry on the centers. They're starting to brown. As you see, one thing leads to another. I couldn't have a fresh biscuit, scone, whatever these are going to be, without some good coffee. Yeah, they're ready. Turn these boys off. Plus, I had some evaporated milk left, which makes wonderful coffee. Get these out of here. You're just lightly turning brown on top. I sprinkled a little bit of sugar on half of them. That's the way the scones I've ever seen are done. But my wife being a diabetic, I did not do that to hers. Check the bottoms of these. Oh yeah, they're fine. They're hot. Hot potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, yeah. That was cooked on 325. Ended up cooking for about 16 minutes. I'll let these cool down just a second. Get them to the other side. And put them on some plates and try it out. I'll try it out without butter, just by itself. Here they are, boys and girls. These do not have sugar on top. These have sugar. I know you can put a glaze on top of them, but I chose not to do that. I just want to taste the scone, see if it has a raspberry flavor to it. All right, back with you. Those took a little longer than I thought. Of course, I was cooking them at a lower temperature, so I didn't know really. Just seat of the pants cooking is what I call it. But put them in for 10 minutes at 325 and look at them, and you can touch the top of them, see how they're cooking. Look if there's any brown. All ovens cook different anyway. My flour was straight out of the freezer, so it was cold. The canned milk was on the shelf. It was not cold. The raspberry jam was on the shelf. It was not cold. I just opened it up. So get the camera turned side right here. So anyway, we're going to test one of these boys. Of course, I had some evaporated milk left, which makes wonderful coffee. Let's see, which one we're going to try. We're going to try a little one. Get over here so you can see what's going on. Get these up here. I know my wife's going to come in here in a second. Well, the pan's already cooled off, so that's good. She's going to come in and get hers in a minute. see the top of that. It's a small one. It's got just a little bit of sugar on it. Let's see what it tastes like. I can smell the raspberry. It does have a raspberry flavor to it. Just slight. Not over the top. It's definitely not sweet. It's somewhere between a biscuit and a scone. And these will definitely be baked again. I will make these again. They're really good. It's been kind of a cool day this afternoon, so what a perfect time to bake. Goodness, that's good with that coffee. Anyway, thanks for being around with the old dude and tuning back into my channel. I appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. It does make a difference. Like, comment, tell me where you're at when you're watching this video. The United States, another country. I just love to know. And definitely leave me a comment. Old dude out of here.